Imagine the exciting thrill of a packed stadium. Who better to lead this stadium than cheerleaders? Cheerleading is more than pom-poms and flashy uniforms. Cheerleading is about athleticism, talent, and teamwork to make the dream work. In this speech, we will be rewinding to the origin of cheer and the extension of what it has become. Then we will be flipping into the outfits and bling. And then we will be popping off and going over the flips and tricks in cheerleading. Cheerleading first started at Princeton University when an all-male pep club was formed. Then Thomas Peebles took the cheers to the University of Minnesota, where in 1989, Johnny Campbell led the first crowd cheers at a University of Minnesota football game. In the 1920s, with progression, that was when women started to join cheer. It wasn't until the 1940s that huge groups of women started to join due to so many college-age men going to the war. Lawrence Herkimer was the first one to start cheer clinics. He introduced the jump called the Herky. Through these clinics, he introduced stunts and jumping and really anything you can think of. He also started the NCA, which is the National Cheerleaders Association. He is seen as the grandfather of cheer now. Later, Thomas Webb introduced UCA, which UCA has now been formed into Varsity Spirit Corp, which is like where cheerleaders get like mainly their uniforms and like props and different things like that. And they run a lot of competitions and different things. The AACCA was also formed, and that is the Association of American Cheerleading Coaches and Administrators. That kind of just teaches coaches like the safe way to host things, I guess. Uniforms are a big part of cheer. Usually we see like school colors and the mascot or like the school names. But starting in the beginning of cheer, they had sweaters and long skirts and they wore saddle shoes. As cheer started to progress, the skirts started to get shorter, so it was easier to move, and the shoes actually started to become more of like a tennis shoe-like, so it was easier to move around in. All-Star cheer was also introduced in the 80s and really started to get popular in the 90s, so their outfits were more blinged and more flashy, so they would stand out more. Bows also accompany the cheerleaders' outfits. They go in your hair and they just bring the outfit together, basically. Another huge part of cheer is the stunts. So through Lawrence Herkimer's clinics, he introduced lots of new stunts and different things like basket tosses, knee stands, and just regular extensions and full-ups. These usually in cheer, it started off with just knee stands, but stunting's progressed a lot over time, and especially with all-star cheer, there's a lot more stunts and different tricks like that. Another huge part of cheer is the jumping aspect of it. So we have jumps like the Herky, the hurdler, the pike, and the toe touch. With a lot of technique and a lot of strength training, these jumps can get really good and a lot of flexibility. But another part of cheer is the tumbling. So we have like the back handspring, the back tuck, the full, and then an aerial. So these tumbling and jumps are a huge part of cheer. Now that we've, let's rewind to the origin of cheer. We went over the origin of cheer, we flipped into the outfits and bling, and we popped off into the flips and tricks. Now let's show and go with our newfound knowledge of cheer. Oh.